I could see the worsening of HR role in research and hiring process. Talent acquisition driven by unexpert people, if not outsourced. Do you see the same? Absolutely. Yeah, see, this started back in the day when they started evaluating the recruitment and selection function in terms of efficiency metrics, right? So it's like, how much money essentially does it take to fill a position in terms of paying someone to write up a job posting, post it, get applications, filter them, do background checks, conduct interviews, discuss with other people internally, hire them, onboard them, etc. How much does all that cost? You know what I mean? And evaluating recruitment and selection on, for how little money they can fill positions, right? It was also coincidentally tied to the fact that they don't ever actually go back and see, well, do the people that you selected, did they work out? Did they end up being good employees or did they end up being bad employees and did they all leave? Like no one's really doing that. The problem with doing that is that like if somebody leaves, why did they leave? Did they leave because they were the wrong person? Or did they leave because the hiring manager, their boss, was terrible and drove them away? It doesn't necessarily mean that they picked the wrong person. It could have been any number of things, right? So they don't look at that. So therefore, let's see, you're judged on how efficiently you're doing your job, but then nobody's evaluating you on the quality of the job you're doing. So do I need to draw you a map? We get terrible hiring practices that's almost random. It's no coincidence that that's led to this, right? It's directly because of how they're being evaluated internally. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you're not the first person to point out the fact that when you go down to a job interview, you're interviewing with somebody who doesn't know the first thing about the job itself, nor are they really particularly good at conducting an interview. It's not exactly like high level, high talent people here. Why do companies do this? They do it because at the end of the day, they figure, one person is as good as another almost. And if, we'll take our best guess and we'll pick this person. And if they don't work out, oh well, we cry and then we replace them with someone else and then we get on with our lives. That's kind of the attitude, right? And you see that directly in how the system is built, right? So it's not that it's like some big conspiracy. It's just that it's this is how it's being viewed and this is its place in the organization. And these are the sort of modern attitudes towards it. Now, that being said, in smaller employers, they don't do this, right? It isn't all about the numbers. If they only have 20 people in their company and they hire a 21st person and that person is terrible, they end up not working out, they're disgruntled and they punch out the boss on their way out their door or something, it's like that matters. That's a huge deal, So you go to smaller employers and you're treated completely different because the hiring process is quite different. Some small companies, they want to try and emulate big companies because they think that makes them look more professional. It doesn't. But most of them don't. It's much more informal and there's a lot more potential there for talented people to thrive.